Hey, it's being watched. I can understand it is hard to start an episode, but starting with a series of lies and misdirections seems a little unfair. Like this episode, Blue Code, where Finch is telling us about our latest number, Mike Cahill. Here he is doing EMT stuff, loading a man into a helicopter. Doesn't he seem like an alright guy? Well, you're an idiot. He's actually a ruthless, violent criminal. He's part of a criminal gang and he's kind of a maniac. John has infiltrated the gang to better keep an eye on him because this guy is unhinged. Now he's breaking into a family's home. Well, turns out we're all stupid because this is his house, full of his children, and also he's actually an undercover cop. The boys didn't catch it right away because of how the city runs their undercover cop program, which is fairly intense. Actually, we'll discuss it in a minute. So John is in this gang run by this asshole Vargas, who's extremely high-wound and suspicious. He's working for a bigger dog named LOS, and Mike, whose real name is Daniel Tully, really wants to get this guy. He's so close to a caller, as LOS is rumored to be picking up the next shipment. He's also worried that Vargas has a cop in his pocket, which is just true. We immediately know that Vargas is working with HR, the cops that Captain Not Jerry is part of, the ones who are letting Elias kill Carter. What's that? Yeah, they're called HR now. All the cops will be called HR from here on out. It becomes a whole thing. Anyway, Finch just extrapolates that maybe the reason we got Mike Kill's number was because HR wants to toast him. He's getting too close to something. So he's going to check in with Carter about just how exactly the NYPD protects its undercover cops. Well, it's a lot. All the files are kept in a single room full of safes at one police plaza, where the only people with access to the room is internal affairs, and each safe combo is only known by the undercover cop's handler. So virtually impossible for anyone who is not a cop, and Carter is not doing it because breaking into police headquarters is a felony. But that's fine, because Fusco exists, and Fusco will just do anything he's asked, break any law you want. Sure, he'll complain about it.
Are you in position, Detective?
Easy with the volume there. No wonder Mr. Sunshine's always in a foul mood.
But he's got some serious self-esteem issues, so sure, he'll break into this top-secret room and destroy that file, whatever you need. They do expose a major issue with a safe only one person uses, with the old check to see which numbers have been touched trick, and shreds that shit just in time to get caught. So, Fusco's going to jail. Oh, wait, it's fine. This guy works for HR and was coming in here to get that document, so he's just going to kill Fusco instead and dump him in the woods. That doesn't seem to be better, actually. Anyway, what's John up to? Oh, things went sideways at an exchange in an industrial kitchen and someone got shot, and Vargas is peeved because he knows there's a cop in the gang and he wants to find him. Everyone destroy your phone, guns in a pile. Now if the cop would just step forward, we can all go home. The cop does not come forward, nor does the second secret infiltrator. Gosh, this would be a kind of fun werewolf scenario. I guess this is just literally a reverse mafia. So they're stuck standing around, waiting, when Mike realizes no one has taken the phone off the dead guy because that guy died. So he steals it to check in with his handler. He doesn't get very far before Vargas also realizes there's a stray phone and demands whoever stole it give it up immediately. John palms it off Mike and confesses he's the cop, which really confuses Mike, and he takes the responsibility of torturing the copper so he can ask John what's going on. It's simple, really. He knows everything about Mike, and if Mike wants to get home in one piece, he should probably split before his cover is blown. Mike is too determined to take down LOS. He's so close, but time is up. Vargas said it's time to go. Let's dump the rat's body already. Mike takes the gun from him and shoots John dead. And then they abandon his body in the back of a car that they set on fire. How was John going to Bugs Bunny his way out of this mess? Well, we have to wait, because we gotta talk about the flashback during John's time hanging out with Stanton, and he's just chilling in a dark room, listening to a number station. When Mark Snow shows up, this jackass, we saw him in the present too, when he stopped by to remind Carter that he's pretty sure she's working with John, and maybe she shouldn't be doing that. But he's not actually gonna do anything about it. We just need to be reminded that Mark Snow is a jerk. Anyway, he tells John that he should take a walk. He hasn't been stateside in years, get a drink or something. So John heads to the bar and sees that Obama was just elected, and starts chatting up a guy. Hits it off really well. The man wants to introduce John to his wife, when Stanton shows up to ask John what the fuck he's doing. John tries to play dumb, but you're in the intel business, John. She knows that you know that man is married to your ex, the one you've been pining over since you saw her in the airport that one time. What part of abandon your old life, you're a shadow now, didn't you get? She asked what his plan was.
So what's the play here, John? We're gonna kill this guy? Dissolve his body in a bathtub full of acid?
And he says he was just feeling away, and she tells him to knock it off, it's time to go. And they do. John doesn't run into his ex, avoiding that extremely awkward conversation. Did you know it's tough to be a spy? Just a real relatable problem. So John gets out of the burning car. Takes him a minute, but it's fine. Not even singed. Turns out Mike didn't shoot him, only grazed him, and then John entered a meditative state where he appears dead for long enough to load him into the back of a car. Also, Carter is there to pick him up. Why is Carter here? Finch, probably, who immediately calls and asks where Mike is. Not even a congrats on not dying.
Where's Cahill?
Oh, I'm fine, Finch. Thanks for asking.
Mike has run off to the meeting with LOS, and he gets the jump on them and arrests them. Just like that. Okay, there is a bit of disbelief with all the criminals just kind of belligerent, because everything happening here is endorsed by the United States government. LOS, the infamous drug smuggler, works for the CIA. They had a lot of extra cocaine, the department needed money. Why not sell it back to the dealers? So fine, arrest him. He'll be out in 3 hours. That sure is a revelation about the world of person of interest. Just blatant corruption in the highest levels of government, the people John used to work for, the guys who shot him in the stomach. Unlike noble Mike Cahill, or was it Daniel Tully, who didn't shoot John in the stomach, only pretended to. Still, cooler heads and smugness prevail, and everyone gets arrested. Except John. Of course not John. What crimes have John ever done? He's literally Jesus. Just like a messed up Jesus. Like from that weird Mel Gibson film. Oh, wait. We're not opening up that comedic Jack in the Box right now. Moving on. So this kind of looks like a win. LOS did threaten ending the careers of every employed person involved, but that gets wiped away when Mark Snow bails him out and disappears him for being too sloppy. We were considering shutting this down anyway. They can't do it so blatantly anymore. This is the Obama administration now, after all. And Daniel goes back to his family, now no longer on a quest for vengeance. His perception of the U.S. government shattered. What organization can you even trust anymore? Isn't it better to put our justice-seeking effort into the impossibly skilled vigilante and his source, the inventor of a magic soothsaying AI that gives him info on the down low, aided by the good apples in the police force? I don't see any immediate flaws to this way of thinking. Oh shit, we forgot about Fusco. Fusco has been driven into the woods to be monologued at about the way of the bad cop.
You may think you've gone clean, found God, Buddha, some African shaman, but at the end of the day, your hands are still dirty.
And how having a sense of justice is dumb. And once you've been a bad cop, there's no going back. Even if you get an accommodation for being shot in the ass for some tunable orphan who they'll never bring up again. And this is definitely the end of Fusco. Because we were told earlier that John doesn't really have time to save everyone in this situation. It's Mike or Fusco.
Vargas's informant has Detective Fusco, and his life is most certainly in danger. Mr. Reese, I'm not sure we have time to save them both.
So the second this guy shuts the fuck up, it's donezo for Fusco. Of course, John gets there in time and shoots this guy in the head. Score 1 for sure murder for John. We are at 4. Unfortunately, this was less saving Fusco because of his humanity and more asset recovery. It's more shackles for Lionel. John needs him to join HR so he has a man on the inside. You're a bad cop again. There's no way out of the game but death, and John snatched your exit away from you once again. Hope you live it under his thumb, pal. Live your life on John's schedule, getting pulled into an endless number of dangerous scenarios, just constantly getting pulled from plot to plot by two guys who, as far as you know, are magic. They know too much. They're way too skilled. Nothing about what they do makes any sense without the context of the machine gun and procedural crime dramas. As far as you know, John's supernatural. Only explanation. He's a companion in a gritty reboot of Doctor Who. Poor Lionel Fusco. If you did not already know, while the cast fluctuate from season to season, the characters credited in all episodes are Reese, Finch, and Fusco. He's on the team the whole time. He's in for the long haul. Get used to Michael Chapman and his Eddie Valiant style delivery.
Anything else I should know?
Yeah, don't get caught.
Thanks a lot. I'll try my best.
Next episode, we have to save some finance bro whose shitty attitude is actually about his traumatic past, and John makes him live in a tent community as divine punishment. John Reese judges you for your sins. You are being watched.
You are being watched.